Hello everyone and welcome back to Iraqi Dinar. Today's update is absolutely powerful, maybe one of the strongest signals we've seen all year. The latest statements from the well-known gurus are sounding more confident than ever, and the moves happening inside Iraq's financial system are not the kind you make if you're planning to stay at a program rate. What came out on October 10, 2025 has given investors and currency watchers a lot to think about. And it's starting to feel like something massive is quietly building beneath the surface. One of the most talked about voices right now is Guranator from the Middle East, who came out with a bold message, "It's going to happen." According to him, Iraq isn't putting in all this effort. The monetary reforms, the banking reforms, the investment changes, just to stay at 1310. That kind of statement represents a huge shift in tone. For months, Iraq's progress has been quiet and methodical, but when people like Nader start speaking this confidently, it usually aligns with something visible happening behind the scenes, and that's exactly what's unfolding in the banking sector right now. New reports from Guru, Militiaman revealed a critical piece of information. The Central Bank of Iraq has received 80 applications to establish digital banks in the country. Out of those, only 2 to 4 are expected to be licensed, which actually matches global norms. This detail might seem small, but it's incredibly important. Iraq isn't just opening the door to modern banking, it's carefully choosing the institutions that will form the backbone of its next-generation financial system. When a central bank starts licensing digital banks, it's not just about modernization or convenience, it's about transparency, control, and global compatibility. Digital banking allows for better compliance, faster transactions, and cleaner money flows, all of which are key to a country preparing for international recognition and a stronger currency presence. The fact that there were 80 interested parties shows how attractive Iraq's financial landscape has become. Narrowing that list to just a few ensures that only the most compliant and capable institutions form the core of this new structure. Now, let's connect this to the bigger revaluation picture. Iraq's currency reform strategy has never been about sudden or random moves. Every step they've taken has been deliberate, rebuilding the banking system, aligning with international standards, stabilizing foreign reserves, and rolling out digital platforms. They've joined hands with the World Trade Organization, restructured government payments through electronic systems, and are enforcing tighter tax collection measures. None of these efforts make sense if the country plans to remain stuck at 1310 forever. Think about it. Why would a nation approve digital banking infrastructure, modernize settlement systems, and open itself up to global investors just to maintain a low-value currency? These steps clearly show a country preparing for a transition, not stagnation. When you see this level of structural reform, it's not the behavior of a nation content with the status quo. It's the behavior of a country getting ready for a new financial reality. By approving only a small number of digital banks, Iraq's central bank ensures tighter control and oversight. That means cleaner transaction monitoring, better anti-money laundering systems, and stronger real-time financial supervision. All the hallmarks of a nation setting the stage for a currency adjustment. This type of framework builds the confidence international partners need before engaging with a stronger dinar. Nader's blunt confidence mirrors what many insiders have been saying privately for months. Iraq's groundwork is finished. The infrastructure is live, the banking tech is in place, and the monetary policy is tightening. This is not the language of a country dragging its feet. It's the sound of one preparing to step up on the international stage with a stronger currency and a redefined financial identity. And then there's timing, always the biggest question. Iraq has been patient, but lately you can feel the pace quickening. The acceleration of digital bank licensing, the visible coordination between the central bank and the government, and the synchronization of reforms all suggest that Iraq is entering its final preparation phase. The country isn't rushing recklessly, but it's no longer waiting idly either. When Militiaman emphasized those 80 applications, it wasn't just trivia. It was a powerful signal. Digital banks only enter markets where they see growth, transactions, and profit potential. Their interest in Iraq means they expect major movement, not stagnation. It's a sign of growing confidence both from inside Iraq and from international investors watching closely. So what does all this mean for currency holders and investors? It tells us that Iraq is building a modern, digitized, and globally compatible financial system, the kind that can easily support a higher value currency. The infrastructure being put in place right now isn't designed for a weak dinar. It's designed to handle international transactions, compliance requirements, and capital flow at a much larger scale. Whether this change comes suddenly or gradually, the direction is undeniable. Every reform points toward a stronger, more connected Iraq. Guru Nader's confidence wasn't random. It was grounded in what's visibly happening on the ground. And Militiaman's intel confirms it. The central bank's actions are aligning perfectly with what you'd expect before a currency makes a global move. Iraq isn't preparing to remain the same. They're preparing for transformation. Every new license, every technological upgrade, every banking partnership is part of this puzzle. Once the first few digital banks are approved, the integration process with global systems will move even faster. And that's when things could start shifting dramatically. For anyone watching closely, this is the moment to pay attention. Iraq's financial reforms are no longer theoretical. They're active, visible, and strategic. The tone of the conversation from top voices has changed from cautious optimism to firm conviction. That's not by accident. It's because something real is happening. We've seen this pattern before in other emerging markets. Reforms, compliance upgrades, digital transitions, and then a value adjustment once everything aligns. Iraq seems to be following that same roadmap step by step. The pieces are coming together and the finish line feels closer than ever. So, as the headlines continue to roll out and new updates emerge, keep an eye on those digital bank licenses and monetary policy adjustments. Those are your real clues. Each new development brings Iraq one step closer to unveiling what could be the most significant shift in its modern financial history. And remember, these aren't the actions of a country satisfied with staying small. These are the moves of a nation ready to step up, ready to lead, and ready to let its currency reflect its true economic potential. Stay tuned here on Iraqi Dinar for every update as it happens, because the story is just getting started. And if the insiders are right, the best part is still to come.